Good afternoon, viewers. This is another video post from Special Projects Real Estate Team. I'm your host, the founder and director of SPRE, Shane Mayers. We're based in New York City at 45th and 6th, 1180 Avenue of the Americas, 8th floor. We've been there since 2014, and we were 5-6 blocks south since the 2000s. Today's conversation is about industrial real estate in the greater New York area that includes New York City, Queens, Brooklyn, Nassau, and Suffolk County. Some changes in industrial real estate have occurred since about 2000 due to e-commerce. Many people were getting their products delivered to their home or their business through an e-commerce transaction, whether it be retail, through a retailer, or even a brick and mortar store with a web presence. It's not uncommon that you're going to be getting a item that you ordered online, or maybe even you ordered it in a store, and it's going to be delivered from a cross-dock warehouse or a warehouse with products stored in it that's considered sensitive and more valuable, and it'll be either delivered to the store or it's delivered to your home or place of business. And with that comes a need for industrial real estate. And industrial real estate is a participant in supply chain management. So if you could imagine operating from an industrial space to facilitate your supply chain, it's important that your industrial real estate is located in a location that supports supply chain management. I use a 5-point plan that uses an EIDL framework, which is to strategize, design, implement, operate, and continual service improvement. In general, what we want to do is we want to understand how your product is getting to your warehouse and then how it's getting out to the customer. We also want to know how many dock doors you're going to need, how many trucks are going to be coming in and out of that warehouse, how much ceiling height will you need. If you're going to be storing product in a warehouse, you're also looking about ceiling height, flat floors, column spacing. All these items are important ingredients to find the right industrial space. You also want to ask, based on your output of the industrial property, are you better off leasing because you don't know how long you're going to be there? Do you want the rights to expand the space in the future? Maybe you want to go into a multi-tenant industrial facility that could be modern or maybe older, with the ability to expand into adjoining spaces as your warehousing business or location grows. If neither of those are worth doing and you want to have more control over your costs, maybe buying a property is worth doing. The only thing you're going to need to do is be mindful of the property tax, which may be evaluated every year for a tax challenge. And which, by the way, that is something that I can do for you. I've done it for homes in the past successfully for 5 years, and doing it for a commercial building uses the same process. So we want to think about these 5 items. First, we want to strategize. And strategize is about identifying what you're going to be doing in the warehouse, where are your customers, where is your staff coming from, how many dock doors will you need, do you need any truck parking, Could you afford to be in a location that's maybe in more of a fringe area where the cost of the industrial property is going to be a little bit less and so will the labor? Or do you need to be in a more middle class or affluent type of neighborhood that has industrial property? Or like a more commercial neighborhood where the price point could be a little bit higher, but there could be more safety and employee types may be different, more aligned with what you're looking for. We also need to know what kind of lighting you're going to need. Um, do you need a clean room? How much office space do you need? How much power will you need? Will you have any kind of sorting equipment that needs power? You're going to need to stack anything. What are the operating hours? Will there be any water use? You can find all these things at my web page, which is a post which I'll include in this information of this video post. We want to know how long you're going to need to be in the space for. We talked about that, lease or purchase. Then we want to start thinking about design. And design is going to go back to first writing it down on paper, making a list of all the things you need to do. And then from the design, we're going to go out into the market and I'm going to start looking for commercial property that could fit the design specifications of what you need. If you're going to have a space that's closer to the city or maybe even in New Jersey, then you want to start thinking about cost. The closer you get to New York City, the higher the rent or a buy is going to be because of the proximity to the city. You start moving away from the city in either direction and the prices start to drop. There are certain commercial locales that tend to be more expensive than the others, but you're paying for proximity to the city if that's important to you. If it's not, then you want to start looking further away from the city where prices of industrial real estate are going to drop. I have found in general that the inventory of industrial real estate in the greater New York area is not so high. It's in single digits. And what you're looking for may not exist immediately. It may require me to contact owners to find out what space is available or coming to market, or inform them that we're looking for a particular size of space and some space specifications, and that if something comes available from a tenant that calls them, they should call me. And then we'll arrange to get a tour of the space or just get a floor plan. Once the space is secured, whether it be lease or sale, then we're going to have an architect draw your space, whatever design is needed in the space to make it functional. The architect will take care of that. We'll get a general contractor, an electrician, any plumbers to install any structural or mechanical issues, suppliers and vendors to install any kind of sorting equipment. And then once that is all finished and we have a permanent certificate of occupancy, we're going to take possession of the space, which is operationalized, and I usually remain available for the first 30 days to make sure that everything moved in and everything's functional for the first month, any landlord and tenant issues to resolve. At the end of 30 days, which is usually more than enough, then I can serve as a liaison to your landlord for any landlord and tenant issues that might come up. We're going to look at different kinds of trade certifications. Know that Experience is more important than anything. Education always helps. A master's degree in real estate is always useful. And then there are these other certifications like CCIM, which is more of a tactical approach to evaluating real estate. There are some other trade groups which require a certain level of production every year to maintain a member. I have the CCIM courses. I haven't quite finished it, but I have enough to be very valuable in evaluating industrial real estate. Then we look at continual service improvement, which is generally evaluating how well the facility is serving the industrial needs of your operation. We can make any fine tuning, call back any of the construction trades or vendors to make any fine tunes to your equipment. And then that is just an ongoing process. The other thing we want to do is just continually to survey the market to ensure that you're getting optimal use out of your location to get your product to your customers as quickly as possible. That's the long version of my services for industrial real estate. I've brokered a variety of industrial deals over my term as a licensed agent, very capable of helping you with that. If you're interested in this content of this post, please find me at LinkedIn, find SP Holdings, um, and then send me a one-paragraph explanation about what your industrial needs are and where you need to be. I reply within a day, and then if I think that I can help you, we will connect via a Teams video call to talk this out more. If we're in agreement that I'm the right person to help you, then we'll schedule an on-site meeting, we'll tour your industrial facility, and we'll talk out your strategy about the types of um, properties you need and location, and we'll talk about a tenant rep agreement from there. Thanks for listening. Hopefully I hear from you in the future. If I don't, I hope that this post was useful to you and educated you.